It's week 1 of the National Football League. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC South rivals. We can hardly wait for the start of this one. And it's all up next on EA Sports.
Well, the skies certainly aren't cooperating, Brock, but for a lot of those guys on the fields, this is perfect football weather as we welcome you to another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, Brock, we saw week 1 begin Thursday night on Super Bowl. Here on Sunday, he's run through an arcade scout. It is very important for our next both teams here with their seasons together strong.
Yeah, this is the week where I really can't take myself out of the locker room. So week 1, across the different seasons, whether it was high school or college or pro, it's the same feeling. Whether it was hook, springs, the turtle, even though it's the ball, and the calendar's turned and it's week 1.
Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by the 10th pick of the 2024 draft, a national champion at Michigan, J.J. McCarthy.
I got a smile on my face. I know he has a smile on his face as he runs out with a new season ripe with every possibility. This is only the first scene of a 4.5-month movie where he could be playing the part of the league MVP, maybe leading a legit contender into the postseason. How he starts this campaign, though, how you start will have a massive impact on how things play out.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 28. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Man in motion here. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Not sure if it was a missed assignment on the line, a dominant play on his part, maybe a little bit of both, Kate, but look at those dudes down there defensively. Man, they are fired up after that stick behind the line.
And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so they're left facing 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. That one's complete, right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. So they come on offense now, readying for their opening drive. And bringing them out an electrifying runner and a former first-round pick back in 2021, Justin Fields.
There's still lots of people around the NFL that believe that Justin Fields' best football is in front of major believers of him as an upper-tier quarterback. And the reason why, Kate, is he's got physical traits that are just unique and different. He can run it like a running back, and he can spin a football as well. In fact, that running ability is some of the best in the game. But just continuing to build and refine his game as a passer between the tackles, that will be the key to the longevity of his career.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Right back to Elliott now. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
He's brought down by first down, Columbus.
On the option, it's Elliott. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs with that Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative plays on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
3rd and 4 coming up now. They send a tight end in motion. Fields now on 3rd. Finds side at the 49. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap to Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. And motion him out of the backfield. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes over. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They just keep working it forward early. We've got 1st and 10 now from the 35. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. He breaks a tackle. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll give him a 1st down.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that can tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought in that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
And he's got it down into the red zone at the 16. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Fields out of the gun. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. But still plenty of options left on 3rd and short. Running left, it's Elliott. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And they don't allow a lane to form. Defense taking care of that play near the line. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Fields to throw it. Setting up the screen. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. The pistol snap. Fields. And under pressure gets it done. That's a second on 4th down as they force the turnover.
I think this defense was resigned to giving up 3 points on the opening series. Instead, they got the chance to deny them anything. And boy, did they ever attack it.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. No one open, so he chucks this to another county. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hand off to the back. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they bring him down after the pick and decent return. He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
And what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here comes their offense out again. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like, Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. Well, not what you like to see. Still just in the opening quarter of the season, and they have an injured player out there. Let's hope it's nothing major as he gets looked at. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. His throw is caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. After that play, we see some concern from their guys on the field. And now we know why. One of their best players was hurt on the play and is getting worked on. Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys go up 6-0 here in the 1st. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Gay with the point after. And his guys take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1.
Our home team, nothing.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Another drive coming up for this offense. They're coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Has him on the quick hitter. They're working a couple of yards past the line. Marshawn Lattimore up for the secondary for the stop. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Collins there to grab it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Head up, 1st and 10 from the 42. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Fits it through the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Nico Collins with a touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. You gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point from Blankenship is up and good. And these guys tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. On now is Cook to kick this away. His return starts at the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. The offense headed back to the field. And they're really starting the season off with a banger of a contest here, Brock. A chance to measure up against a division rival, and this win could be an important one to have in hand in just a few months. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Short pass brought in. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
At their 49-yard line.
Looking to throw field. He's got Harrison. And they make the tackle at the 38.
Complete to
It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. New set of downs for him at the 38.
13 yards. And a Columbus first down.
Fields on first down. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he will take this in. Touchdown! These guys have taken the first quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent in through the rain. And his guys take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They'll run here on first down. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Easily add the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the shotgun. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on third. Now it's McCarthy. Cut out left. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be a first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back, I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I can do yours.
First and 10 from the 41. On play action now, McCarthy. Indian calling. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. He brings the offense up now for a first and 10.
At the 18-yard line.
He tosses right to the short side. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up second and 9.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 17-yard line.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Hits his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, we were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Nico Collins, the intended target. And 4th and 4 coming up. So they send out the field goal units and try for 3 on this one. A very short kick here from the right hash. Up and good from Romo. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Return coming from the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense getting set to go. They're 1 for 1 so far to begin the new NFL season. Touchdown on their opening drive. Let's see if they have 2 for 2 in them. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Good.
Now it's Field. Harrison secures this left side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
First down, Columbus.
One of the tight ends motioning right. First down throw for Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. He can run it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
He's taken down.
It's a pickup of 26. And it'll give him a first down.
And the Columbus first down.
They run from the gun with Elliott. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right in the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
It's in Elliott on the draw. And that's good for a gain of 5. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. It's going to be a gain of 5 on what will be the final play of our opening quarter. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They've been moving it well, but face a 3rd down here. Running back sent in motion. Complete beyond the marker. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And they're going to have a first down.
First down, Columbus.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Oh,
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the pocket.
I mean, those defensive players can't stop quarterbacks. Near impossible to keep them hedged in or corral them behind the line there. Give aids them long enough for a potential loss or positive yardage.
A tight end in motion now. On 2nd down, a run with Elliott. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. Quick leg complete. He has the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Gay to add the extra point. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys drive their lead to 11.
Our home team, 10.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now outruns their offense to take over. Down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as 10. Coming up here.
Second and 6.
From the 32. Completed to Collins. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Third down, 1 yard to go.
Third and 1.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short game. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that gives them the first. New set of downs for him from the 46.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
On first down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet. That explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Collins got it left side. And he's in. Touchdown. The second touchdown through the air for Brock, and independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in one game.
One touchdown, you just might be right time, right place, but 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
Blankenship good on the point after. And his guys cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. This offense getting all set for the series. And in a high-scoring game to this point, everyone anticipating, well, even more points as they take the field. Flushed into the pocket. He's on the move. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? If you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game, you take away the pass, it can't stop the QB run.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
They'll bring him down after a small gain to the 48. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Fields out of the gun. It's going to be an incomplete pass on the play to the right. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And now they're staring at 4th and long. On now comes their punter. No doubt he wants to get his season started punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. Blown back, gets the handoff. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. As Denzel Ward had brought that play to an end. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this second down.
Brings up second and 8.
Kick the running back in motion. 2nd and 8. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Wilson's got it. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that first down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. That'll be complete to Elliott. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jabril Pepper is bringing that one to an end. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They bring the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap to Fields. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Don't jump, ready? Hurry up, hurry up.
Elliott's on 1st and 10. Blast through midfield. And he's finally taken down at the 39-yard line. They strike for 23 yards. And they'll have 1st down.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Here we go.
1st down, and they go right back to it. This is ahead for about 5. Rashawn Gary with that tackle. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They put a receiver in motion right. Here's 2nd and 5. On the turn, ball's out, he lost it. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
Using this play to keep it for the 1st down, but also set up what's happening in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all the way. None of it matters now. You can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Throwing the out route complete. And couldn't quite get the edge. He goes out of bounds and maybe gets back to the line. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Finds him over the middle. And have him gain about a handful there. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring in 4th down. This one misses the tight end. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. On is the punt team, and away goes the punt. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he begin with a run from Elliott. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Slayer, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They bring a tight end in motion right. Fields now on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Out of the shotgun, Fields finds Woods. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. The former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. Whistles after that play for an unfortunate sight. A player hurt in the first game of the season. Training staff out to work on him. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play action, Fields. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be bottled up right at the line as we've reached the 2-minute warning. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Fields on 3rd. Harrison secures this left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it's nearly a touchdown, and we're going to say it's incomplete. Another throw for Fields. Rolling out to his left. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. They're going to think this over before trying 3rd and 1. They take a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB. And it gave him just enough room to run.
Elliott. And he gets in. Touchdown. These guys blow their lead just before halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
And how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They take over on offense now pretty late this first half. And we're down inside a minute to play in the half, but that's enough time to get a drive together. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Second and 1. To the sideline, Collins brings it in. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's on the move. He's running with it. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Stop made by Sam Hubbard. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Going on third, McCarthy. He had it for but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Logan Cook on the punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 32. Now his first real mistake, that's intercepted. Picked up by Dax Hill. And add some yards to the pick before they bring him down. He got in front of that one for the pick. Looked like that's the receiver it was designed to go to on that play, too.
Yeah, the QB just must have missed the lurky defender in coverage right there. That's where, as a QB, you've got to have the vision to not just see your routes, but see those defenders in front of you. If you stare down your receivers in this league, turnovers follow.
1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He's got time. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. That brings us to our first halftime of the new season. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach,